Hello and welcome back to Stationeers. This is Venus. Well, I've expanded my garden, although I'm still having a hit or miss situation with growing my potatoes. Though I have been saving my cereal bars for an absolute emergency. The cooling I have... Turn that off. The cooling I have not... solved 100%. I can get cool gas, but then I gotta truck it all the way back over here, and I have yet to figure out to deal with the overpressure, which means I just need to route another line going back that way. Or what I could do is just put a tank in here. Now, the advantage of putting a tank in here and then having a reverse pressure regulator, back pressure regulator, is I would be saving breathable gas, or potentially breathable gas. So there is that. So that's probably what I'll do in the short term, because why not? I've had to move the computer, of course, so let me get this out of the way. Need to print up another insulated tank. Should probably put some shelves in here too. Yeah, maybe later. So I do have a few seeds that have been harvested. That's the original seed. I'm going to keep that just for posterity. But I do have other seeds that hiding somewhere. So that's a full stack of 10. So technically, I'm making my own oxygen and food. Technically. Now I need to make enough food to become biomass that will then become volatiles. So with the volatiles and the oxygen, then make the water, which then needs to be cooled down even. Oh boy. But I'm hanging on. I'm hanging on. So I'm going to hang on to hanging on. Right. Oh, that's right. I am also trying to solve my power problem because, believe it or not, all those air conditioners, which I had to add air conditioners, they take up quite a bit of juice. So, let's see. That's only 4. What do I need? Oh, you ran out of... Yes, of course you did. Well, you hold on to that thought. Yeah, you hold on to that thought. Okay, you're charging, quasi-charging. Right. So, let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, the number of air conditioners you need to get to a suitable temperature is 7. Right. Don't mind the reagent there. I forgot to empty something out, and yeah, I didn't. I was in a rush trying to cool down the furnace and degas a bunch of things, and it kind of went poorly. Turn you off. And let's see now. You should have power, but you don't. More than likely because, yeah, you just don't. Well, that's going to be a problem if I can't get... Well, we'll figure that out later. Figure that out later. Right now, let's just go ahead and get some more wind turbines up. I didn't fix that, so that's completely kaput. So that's normal. Well, I've got all this real estate up here. I might as well just keep on slapping down these wind turbines. Now, I could upgrade to a big turbine, but I mean that would require effort, and why would I want to do that? So what we'll just do here is again, quick and dirty. Nope, I had it right the first time. Right. Nope. Nope. Get over there. That was too far. There. Now that's 4 more, so hopefully that will help. Let's get back inside. Yay. Well, that's enough to power the doors. Will that be enough to power the vent all the way to a vacuum? The answer is yes. Good. Now. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Alright. Okay. So what I have here is basically a way to top up the next stage, pressure-wise. Because obviously when things condense, that's going to lower the pressure. So if I have this set for 5 megapascals and everything condenses, that's going to condense, it's going to drop in pressure. Also, as things cool down, they're going to get lower in pressure. So, yes. Let's see. I've got that cut off. So this is the breathable air going into all the way over there to my little safe room. Again, I just kind of slap this together to be as quick as possible to get the cooler air in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you on. That's going to pressurize from the next tier back, which means probably turn that off, otherwise I'll just be cooling down the heated air, and I'll wait till that gets up to pressure a little bit better before I do that. Now, while I draw away from here, as you can see, the pressure goes down, which means I need to feed from the next tier up, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue to do that, let it do its thing. And believe it or not, I've actually kind of run out of gas. So what I need to do is I need to go out mining yet again. This time not to get cold, well, I mean cold gas would be great, but mainly it's to get actual gas. Now what I could do is if I don't really want to do that as far as mining, unless I actually need the materials, and I've got a fair amount of materials that I've gathered, I probably just want to pipe in some external air. That is a thought. So what I think I will do, if I have a pipe coming in from there, travel down, go directly into there. I think that's the best way to do it. And let's see, get the pipes. Right, get that moved in that direction. We'll have, what will we have? It would be nice to control it from here, right? So if I just go ahead and put a pump there. Actually, I'll wait till I do that. No, I think I've got a frame over there, so never mind. I'll just do it through the door. Do it through the door. That'll work. In fact, I won't even need an extra vent. I'll just tie into there. So, pop that out there. I don't think I'm going to have enough, yeah, I'm not going to have enough pipe to do that. So, I will just go ahead and, print up a little bit more pipe. Which is fine, because I have to print up a tank anyway, right? Right. So that's what we'll do. Just on the off chance I might a little bit of extra silicon, I'll bring that in, feed it into the machine. Right. So now, what do I need for an insulated tank? Alright, I'll take that. Then I will need some more insulated pipe. Yeah, I said I was going to take those frames out. I probably should do that. Yeah. Right. Those are iron frames and whatnot. Those can go up there. Gives me a little bit more space, which means I can also put down another battery. Yes. Let's see, cable coils, get over here, turn you on, get over there. Right. Right, I'll need to hook you up then. Okay. So I'm trying to remember if I have any coal in my pants. I don't have any coal. Oh, I've got coal here. Right, let me move you up there. We split you in half. You can charge all three of those. Right. Give me some pipes. Okay, I think that will do that. I just want to check on my potatoes. Here, you can have some frames. You can have some of that. You can have those frames. Check on the, I could probably take my suit off too. Yeah, let's get that emptied. Nope, other one. How are we doing? We are getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thriving towards seeding. Let me turn that light off so it doesn't overburden. Okay, let me put you facing that away. There's a back pressure, right? Yeah, back pressure regulator. Go in towards there. I'll just put it on the floor. And let's see now. I need a pass event. Well, I'll just borrow pass event. Because why not? Yes. Right, and let's see. What do I want the passive vent to be? How about 75 kilopascals? And so we'll get that hooked up to the protected circuit that everything else is on. Come on, too far. I need cable cutters. Cable cutters, come here. Right, so turn you on. You should immediately start to depressurize this. And you are. Okay, so that should make you guys a little happier. Kind of hard to see the ones, but luckily we can just walk through and take a gander at all of them. So, okay, they're all starting to seed. Great. How much is in you still? Still got a little bit in there. Okay. Right. How are you doing? Okay, I don't think you'll combust anytime soon. So that's good. Portable gas tank, you know, I know it's crowded, but I don't think it's that crowded. So you'll just go over there.
Oxygen low.
Oxygen's low. Well, that's okay. You're gonna do your thing. You're going to continue to go towards seeding. Yes, I guess I can clear that and that. But all in all, on the balance of things, I'm having more success than failures for growing the potatoes. So that's a bonus. I will spend a little bit of time, however, in here without my suit on. Top off on my food and water. Okay. They're thriving towards seeding. Awesome. I don't need the pill just yet. Let me get that off the floor. May still need that. I don't know. Right. I think we're doing okay. Not great, but okay. We're making progress. I think I'll put my suit back on and check on the cooling rigmarole. How's my suit battery? Oh, suit's doing just fine. Get us out the door. Okay, so let's see. You're almost okay. I see. You're pulling from the furnace. That's right. I was going to do that, wasn't I? Maybe I'll put a pressure regulator on you as well. So I can always say, hey, it should never be. Come on. Okay. That'll work. So not a back pressure regulator, but a pressure regulator. Right. And let's see. Well, let's just keep it consistent, right? 5 megapascals. Right. And then I can just hook that into regular power. Okay, so how are you doing? Okay, so whatever. So I've set that the purge valve to 2550. So if the pressure ever starts to get above 2550 as far as the gas pressure, it'll feed back into this right here. Now, since that's going to be a bit cooler than what this is, that will help cool this down a wee little bit, and that will then cool that down. And the heat ultimately all goes into said furnace. So we'll see. Now, if we ever get to a point where we have too much of everything, then I need a way to get rid of the heat. And I'll probably end up going off of here, up through there, maybe even straight out here, down the center. And then probably have a contraption where it sucks in outside air, which will be cooler, and then the superheated stuff here, and it'll eventually just waste, you know, transfer the heat to the outside atmosphere, and everything will be just fine. Let me see what the pressures are like. You should be getting up there. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so what if we were to turn you guys off? Right, and let's turn you guys on. Turn on. Right. You get to doing your thing. It's not instantaneous, but it will get down to 0 degrees or thereabouts. But it takes a while. But it'll get there. It will get there. Right. Having said that, let me go check another bit of coal in there. Only if it needs it, though. Oh, passive vent right there. How about that? Yeah, you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. That's okay. Let's see. If I were to do solar tracking, I would need more steel. Well, actually, I've got a full stack of 500 steel here. What do you set to? 100? That'll work. Yeah, give me 100 there. That will give me not quite 10. Well, you get to start printing because it takes a little bit for... Oh, I also need a bunch more copper. Well, luckily I've got a bunch more copper. Right. What else will need? Gold. Gold. Ironically, gold is something that I don't have in absolute abundance. I have a little bit in here. Let's take it out of here then. Yeah, we'll split you up as well. Come on, turn off. Right. So, you print up as many as you want. Many you can give me. And I will utilize you. Speaking of which, glass is there. Good. Now let's go check on the coolant. okay. It's making progress. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Now, how are you doing? You are nice and toasty warm. Hot enough for steel. I need to get together a recycler. Let's see, let's get you up off the ground. Get you smelted, because you will easily smelt at that temperature. Okay. Well, it ain't pretty, but it's kinda sorta working. Emphasis on the kinda and the sorta. Right. Well, let's get it done. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's get that done too. Grab you. Close you. Open you. Get pushed back. We'll do that. We'll do that. Hop back inside. Okay. Right. So as far as getting rid of the heat, considering that I can get just through these up to 671 Celsius and outside is 464, I think I have a way of getting rid of the heat. Yes. In fact, what I will probably end up doing is just putting a volume pump right next to here. And pumping out a bunch. And let the pressure regulator... You know what? That should probably be a pump too then, huh? You know what? Let's do it the right way. Let's do it the right way. We'll put in a couple of pumps. No big deal. Right. In fact, let's see. How do I have this set up? So you're there, but it also would be there. So I can probably just take you out, put you over there. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And then you can just do that. And let's see. You... No. Yes. You can do that. Now, it won't... What will I need to do? I'll need to put an analyzer on this side and then an analyzer... Well, I'll already know what the outside temperature is, right? It's always going to be 464. So what I could do is say, hey, when this gets up to a certain temperature, evacuate this out for ever how many seconds, turn that pump off, and then turn this pump on to bring in the cooler air for so many seconds, or until this gets up to a certain pressure. That'd probably be the easier way. So I get this up to a certain pressure, then I can manually activate the pump that's going to go exit out, and I could time it. How long does it take to get down to, say, 2 or 3 megapascals? Then I can code that into... Yeah, I can code that in. So, I need another pump. Right. So, pump. I'll need a pipe analyzer. I'll need a housing. I'll need a chip. Right. And you've done all that, which is fine, which means I'll need another housing and another chip. Right. Need solder. Oh, well, solder's right there. Got plenty of it right there. So I'll need one for that, one for that. Let's stick with two. Oh, you know what? I probably should do a third one just for the computer itself. Yeah, we'll do 3. 3 is a good number. I don't have a boatload of heavy cable. So, let's see. How are we doing for gold? Gold's 100, copper's 40. Right. That's going to eat up some of the copper. That's going to eat up a fair amount of the copper. So how about I put in that. Okay. This is exciting. Hurry up and wait. Ah, ran out of steel. Right. Steel. Hey, look. Steel. Right. I will need some circuits. I will need electrum for said circuits. Go ahead and start printing there. I will need an pipe analyzer. Electrum for the analyzer. Interesting. So iron, gold, copper. No, electrum. Yeah, gold and electrum. Just 2 electrum though. So if I hurry up and get a couple of chips out of you, I'll still have plenty of electrum for a pipe analyzer. Well, in the meantime then, how about a volume pump? That will need more copper. Alright. Probably should print out a few extra just to be on the safe side. Right. Turn you off because we don't need you. You're going to do that. Right. And one of you, please. I need to set up the computer. Which I probably should have done somewhere else. Ah, seeds. Time for seeds. Yes, I will take a seed. I will take a seed. Yes. Seed. 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 I'll take all of the seeds. Come on, get over there. Right. So that means gets to harvest all of these things. Nope. Yep. What is it? Hold the Alt key down and... Yes. It is faster, I grant you. Right, now I have a surplus of potatoes. Of course, I already had a surplus of potatoes, but yeah, give me a baked potato. Open my face.
Oxygen low.
Oxygen is low. Well, hopefully that will not be the case forever. Grab some water. Water. Right. Oh, I already had another housing. Never mind. Oh, that's right, because I didn't put the housing for the... Should really automate that, huh? Right, but not right now. Right now I need to... I think I'll put this out there, is what I think I will do. So you get away from the door. Where is the, where is it? Ah, you're hiding. There's the motherboard. Close my face. Yeah. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. There's nothing wrong here. I can easily set up over here. Got the computer. We'll just set up against the wall right here. Put you in there. Get you all screwed up. Right, put housing down. Right, and I see no reason why we can't go ahead and just hook into here. Cable cutters, come on, cable cutters. Get a transformer or an APC. Oh yeah, APCs. That's what I wanted to look up. APCs. And type the word power. Iron, copper, solder. Plenty of iron, copper, and solder. And do I have another thing to solder? I should. Oh yeah, I got, all right, 400 stack, 400 there. So let's print up some of these things since they are rather on the useful side. Get you pulled open. Turn you on. Yes, that works. Great. Right. So I think solar would make the most sense first. Okay, I think that'll work for that. Solar. And no, I already put one in there. Never mind. Right. So we will clear you out. And let's see. Need to make sure we have a sensor up there. Right. Alias the sensor to D0. We'll define the solar panels and batch write them. So we look up solar. We don't have the heavy ones yet. We have the regular solar panels. They're going to be the single-sided port with the dual function. So we'll grab the prefab hash, copy that to the clipboard by clicking on it, paste it with Control V, and we'll go to start. We'll throw in a yield. We'll load into R0 from the sensor, if I can type it right. The horizontal. Right. And we can save batch that directly to the solar panels. Horizontal from R0. We'll reuse R0 since we're done with it. From the sensor, the vertical angle. And since the vertical angle is pointing straight up to 0, what we'll need to do is do a subtraction. So into R0 will be 90 minus R0. And that will adjust it to sunrise, sunset. And then we can save batch to the solar array. Vertical R0. And then we'll just jump back to the start. Okay. Pretty straightforward. And if I had a mixture of the regular solar panels and the, let's say, heavy solar panels, I could just define the heavy solar panels under a different constant, constant variable, which is a bit oxymoronic. But anyway, and then I could just add in a save batch to the other set of panels. But I only got the one set, so I'm only going to worry about that. Right, so now we have code on there. So if we were to slap you right there, and then we were to put a housing, we'll do the dual housing because I only want data on one side and I want the power backup to be on the other side. So that's not going to be taking 5,000 watts. I will want to hook up this, however, to there. Cable cutters. Right, let me open this up. I will need to have a battery in there. I don't really want the small battery if we lose power, but I don't want to... Right. You. Gold and steel. Well, ironically enough, here, I need to get rid of some things in my inventory. How about I put you there and you there? Now, how many of those can you give me? You can print out 6? Yeah, give me 6. I'll take 6. Right. So then you will need to hook into there. And one of these keys works. All right. Cable cutters again. Boom. Oh, helps if I turn that on, huh? Then that does what it does. Right. So put you in. You'll come up with an error because you're looking for the sensor, which I'm not sure if there is a sensor up there, so I'll need to go look. Which means I'll also need to have a sensor on my person. Oh, I already had another extra chip. How about that? Well, then that chip can go there. Let me put you guys away. Those are volume pumps. Probably need those. I'll need the housing. Fine, we'll need that. I'll need that. There's a lot of things I need. Right. I have some empty batteries, do you? I'll take them. Because we'll need them. So I can close that up. So don't need to access that anymore. Right. Sensor. I thought I had... Aha, I have a sensor. Right. Take the glass with me. I still don't have enough heavy cables, but that's okay. This will get me a head start. Speaking of a head start and heavy cables, which means I could switch that out to regular cable, couldn't I? And get the APC. Right. Open it up. Right. Slap in a battery. Right. Turn you on. Close you up. You know, if I do have regular cable handy. Oh, look, a whole stack of regular cable handy. How handy. Well, if that's the case, you know, who am I? Let's not waste a trip, right? We'll scavenge all this. Because it will be put to good use. And we'll put down the cable. Get this rewired back up. Right. Voila. Okay. Come on out. Come up here. Whoa. Okay, I have a spot for the sensor, so that's good. And it's in the proper orientation of how I'm going to have the solar panels. I should probably just get rid of that thing, huh? Yes, I probably should. There we go. That's done. Okay, get the heavy cable. Cable cutters would help. Right. Oh, couple of them down there. Right. How many of these can I get installed? Well, I can plug that many in, so yeah. Alright. Single-sided port. That's 1, 2, 3. Well, 4's not bad. Right, I'm not going to have access to cable anytime soon, so if a storm hits right now, there's no sense having them up here. Okay, right, so then we can go back inside. Should probably think about putting some stairs there, but I also would like to expand the base a bit more to get a proper greenhouse. An automated greenhouse. That would be nice. Okay. So, how are you doing, by the way? You have a dead battery, which is unfortunate. Right. How about we put a fresh battery in there? That would be handier. You're struggling, but you're getting there. You're getting there. It's because I pumped it full of the gas. The higher the mass, the longer it takes for it to get down to where it needs to get down. Of course, it doesn't help that I'm not expending. Yes, I'm not getting rid of this heat. And I think that's one of the things that I really need to do is get rid of the heat. So, how about all right, get rid of the heat. Yeah, I need more of the thing that I need. No. Don't need you. Right. Cycle the airlock. Here, why don't you go there? Start charging. Done with you. Here, you have a battery too. Where did I put? Where did I? Ha 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 ha. Yes, you. I think that should be enough, actually. Right. Didn't I have an analyzer I needed to print it out? Ah, it's right there. So I'll turn you off. Turn you off. Since we're here, let's go ahead and get this all set up so the solar can start tracking. Daylight sensor, that's the only pin I was using. Right. Come on, get over there. Pull up chip, put it back in to reset the code. No errors. That's a good sign. Right, let's get this hooked up. And let's see, if we do that, and then we do that, and then we do that, and I still need heavy cable. Right, sure. We can print up some heavy cable. Before I do that, though, I want to check on the crop. You can go out there. I probably need to turn the grow light on. Really should automate that. That's probably something important. Right. You get to doing that. Okay. How are my stats? I could nibble.
Oxygen low.
Okay. Let me just put that there. Take a little sip.
Oxygen low.
That wasn't much of a sip, but it's better than nothing. Right. Okay. You're doing that. You're doing that. It's dark outside, so the solar was activated just in the nick of time for it to get dark. It's always, and I forgot to. Right. Cable, heavy, important.
Air tank low.
My air tank's low. Well, that's not ideal. Right. Cable heavy. You're gonna need more copper. Didn't I throw? Yes, I did. Yeah. Give me all of it. I will need it. Yes, I will. You're doing the best you can. You're doing the best you can. Well, everybody's doing the best they can. Can't fault them for that. What if I turn you off and I gave you one of those? To get enough cable printed up, I can put another 2 solar panels up, which is probably what I need to do. So I've got 3 small station batteries, and I don't really want to keep gold mining for coal. That's not sustainable. Besides, I printed up all that tape over there. It would be a shame if it went to waste. Right. But more importantly, while that's printing, let's get the pump hooked up. Let's get some airflow through there. Yes. Let's see. I'll come down. I'll come out. Yeah, we can just get you hooked up there, I think. Yes. Get the tablet out. That's rather toasty. And we don't have enough. Don't have enough juice, do we? No, we don't. Okay. Well, that's right. Well, that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. Let me go check on the cable. Need more cable than 9, I think, to get the others other panels up and running. Come here. Get in there. Alright, let's try this. Almost clicked that open and it's like it's not an actual airlock yet. Let's see. Jump up here. Okay, you are tracking. It's a little twitchy. That's alright. So, come here. Alright. Do that. Hey, where are the thingy jiggers? There they are. That's 1. That's 2. They're automatically going to do their thing. Okay. That's kind of cool that they went opposite directions. It's, I'm easily amused. But anyway. Alright. Well, well, why not continue this then? Nothing else, we just get the cables laid out. And it'll be fine. Right. Okay. Now, if memory serves me correctly, I had put a sensor there, so I think the next thing for me to do, got me smashing my face into places, is getting the grow light automated. Right. Well, let's see. Do I turn that off or not? Tempted to turn it off. Yeah, let's turn it off. Okay, we're down to 142. We've got a ways to go. Right. Okay. Okay. I think that's enough, don't you? There we go. Save some power. Right. And there we go. Need to take our suit off anyway, right? Yeah. Right after we come here. Get over there. Fill up our tank.
Air tank critical.
Air tank is critical. That's getting awfully low. We're producing oxygen. Right, so if I were to put up a housing, oh, let's say here. and connect it like so. Right. Oh, the computer's out there. Well, I do miss my laptop. Right. Okay. Don't need you on. Alright, we'll go back out there and we have a chip in the locker. So we'll be needing the hash for that. We might as well just do it like I would at a regular greenhouse so the code can be copied. Because why not? Then I only have to do the code once, right? That sounds like a brilliant idea. So we will come in here, we will clear this, although part of it will be the same. Alias sensor to D0. We'll define the column grow for grow lights. Add grow light. Click on the prefab hash, copy that to the clipboard. Boom. So, okay. We'll start. We'll yield. We will load into R0 from the sensor the vertical angle. And since we're not trying to gather any of the sunlight, it doesn't really matter what cycle we put it in as far as time of day. So my way of thinking is if it's greater than 0, go ahead and turn on. So what should happen is it'll go from 0 to 180 and then it'll go into a negative. So once it hits the negative, it won't be greater than 0, and therefore it'll only go through half a day. Right, so set greater than into R0 if R0 is greater than 0. I know, I could have said set greater than 0, right? Let's do it this way. We may want to change the number around later on, so we'll just... It's not going to take up any more characters. Let's see. And so we'll save batch to the grow lights. If you're on R0. So if the vertical angle is greater than 0, that'll be true, which will be a 1. So on 1 is on. If it's off, if it's 0, it'll be off. So on 0 will be off. Okay. And then we'll just jump to the start. Confirm. Export. There's the code. Turn you off. Okay, now I can come in here and take my suit off, right? Right, so let's move some things around. Take the suit off.
Oxygen low.
Oxygen's low. We'll turn you on. You'll come up with an error because you have not been assigned the daylight sensor that is outside. So, daylight sensor. There's nothing else I need to do. Reset the code. Turn you on. Now, if I was smart, what I probably should have done was have it write the vertical angle to the DV so I could just hover over the thing. But this will work, right? I'm sure it'll work. Positive it'll work. Hope it works. Right. Well, how are we doing in here otherwise? 54.1 moles of oxygen, 27%. So it should be using up the CO2 and giving off O2. Why is that down to 68.3? Oh, because of the airlock. Right. When that volume is pushed into here, it's probably up to the 75 marks. Let's turn that off. It's a little warm in here, but that's okay. Let's take a drink. Let's have some tater. Oh, finish the tater. How hungry am I? 95%? I'll wait. I'll wait because there's a shelf life on the raw potato. And if I wait, then cook it and don't finish it, that resets the state of decay based on the fact that it had been baked. Or cooked, I should say. Processed. What have you. So I will wait. Now, it would be nice to know if the solar tracking was... Wow. I'm going to say that's not bad. Okay, I think solar tracking is working. So, I won't say that my power is sorted. Sorted as S-O-R-D-I-D. That I believe. I will go ahead and check to make sure, however, that we are getting a decent amount of charge in all the batteries, and I would say we are. I think that's... Turn you off. You're sucking my power. Right. So now, is it possible that I can actually see what's going on here? Tablet's already in my hand. Okay, we are still at 6:05. So if I were to say turn you on, let's bump you up all the way and bump you up all the way. All right. Right, pressure's going down. Remember, we're connected to the furnace, so there is a decent amount of volume in there. And let's turn you on. Turn you off. That temperature should start to go down. Wow, volume pumps don't. Volume pumps suck. Yes, volume pumps. Volume pumps are not that powerful. No. They're not that powerful. You know what they could do, though? I have an idea. It's not a great idea, but it's an interesting idea. I need an active vent. Active vents won't work because of that. Right. Right. So... Okay, we'll do it this way. We'll be a little sneaky. So if I were to take you out, and no, yes, we'll do a one-way valve, and we will put you up like so. That's a condensation valve. I want a one-way valve. Thank you. So if we measure that, and then we open you, that will drop, I won't say rapidly, but it will drop significantly. Right. Close you off. You're being pumped in from outside very slowly, but it is working. that temperature should slowly go down. Now again, we are working with this volume here, so there's a fair amount of gas. That should make this get transfer the temperature better. Assuming we have power to run everything. Right. Because of course we do, right? All I want to do is harvest enough enough liquid to get to phase change. That's not enough liquid, and the nitrous is finicky, so I would probably rely on the pollutant for phase change shenanigans until I was able to get some liquid CO2. Then that would be my mainstay. But we're not there yet. Ooh, this is going to take forever. Yes, well... Wait a minute, why are you... Well, that's just... Right. Right. You can't be cooling this, and he put in... Give me... Here. Why don't you have a one-way valve as well? Right. Now there should be a difference in temperature. There we go. There we go. That's what's supposed to be happening. Yes. Silly monkey. Right. So we'll see how warm this can get. It'll get pretty warm. Right. So you are set to 10 liters. You'll just continue to do that. It's going to take forever to overpressure this, so I'm not too worried about it. I'll just have to check on it from time to time. So that means that y'all should be doing your thing. Okay. It's slow, but it's getting there. Now, I don't really want to put another one right here, but I may have to. We'll see. We will see. So far, so good. So we've got potatoes doing their thing. Right. The oxygen is increasing. So I cannot say that it's not, because, well, it is. Potatoes are thriving. Okay, so they like the temperature, they like the pressure. Well,
Oxygen low.
oxygen is still low, but that's all right. You're headed in the right direction, that's all I can ask. Well, I think that'll do it for today. I'll still continue to work on the cooling. I'll still gather some more resources. I think at this point, if I can get to Constantine and Invar, that might be beneficial to me. Get some upgrades going, and yeah. If not, then I should still be able to get some volatile production up and going. There you go. Yes, you grow, my little pretties. And yeah, get volatile production up. Get trade up. I really need to get like switchgrass or something, or ferns. Yeah, if I could get some ferns to get some O2 production, that would be really nice, because I'm I can only do so much with potatoes for oxygen conversion. But we'll see. See how that goes. But in the meantime, as always, although challenges can be fun, don't ever let having fun be a challenge. See ya.